Cannabis Legalization News. I'm Tom. Cannabis Now is reporting that the Wild West has hit New York City. Unregulated cannabis dispensaries are booming.
Good time to be in weed there, man.
Yeah, like Uncle Bud's. I tell you what. But this is one of those deals where we've reported on it before, and you see like the food trucks, and they have the food trucks acting as dispensaries. My partner John was over in CannaCon in New York, first of the year. And so he sends me back a picture on his cell phone of one of these illegal weed shops that are just operating in downtown New York City. And they're just food trucks, but instead of selling burritos, they're selling ounces and eighths and stuff, you know? That's just, how do you put that genie back in the bottle? And that's kind of what the article is reporting on.
Well, they can put it back in the bottle easy enough. They did it here in Washington.
Right.
I mean, like, these guys are going to be, right now is the opportune time, tax-free, millionaires. But the thing is, dude, when we talked, as we said earlier, when's going to crackdown is going to happen? It's when the first couple of these guys start buying Porsches and driving around and luxury and, you know, taking care of communities. I don't know. You know, they're going to prosecute them when there is that success.
That's right. But that's what I think is going to happen is they're going to have license holders given their licenses. And then they're going to be like, why are you making me go through all these hoops, spend all these bills and you know, do all this stuff when Uncle Bud over there just drove up, opened up shop out of a food truck, no tax, no tested product, you know, straight cash sales, which there's still going to be straight cash sales in a regulated shop. Yeah. But that would really upset the operators because then it's like, why are you making us follow the rules if I could have just bought a truck and started selling?
Well, what's going to happen, dude, is once these rules come out, the regulations, the actual regulations, right? That's going to be the empowerment for the law enforcement. Like that right now, there's no empowerment. It just says it's legal, you know? But, you know, that's like here in Washington when we had medical, all you had to do was show you had a script, a need, a necessity. And then that script was written by a health caregiver, not even a doctor. It could be a nurse practitioner, right? But as Washington State's medical market grew, there was successful people just left and right, just like California, man. Like I remember seeing shows, those dumbass shows where like people buy a house, you know, flip a house or whatever, you know, and this one guy is like, yeah, I owned a dispensary, and he was buying like this beautiful $1 million home in Southern California. Like, you know, why are we frowning upon people who are just having success with this plant? That's the issue.
That's not necessarily the issue. Like, why are we rewarding people that aren't doing what the rules said, and then punishing the people that are doing what are trying to comply with what the rules said? And the rules are so hard to comply with that you can't operate a solvent business. And so, you know, if you're going to force us between these two things, it almost seems like the more profitable, better way to go is the legacy market, simply because you don't seem to be arresting the people for the legacy market anymore. And there's way less taxes, way less rules and regulations that you have to follow.
Well, I think that's the problem. Since there's not a gateway, since there's not a regulation, no license, they have a legal defense, right? You know, tell me the rules. And then the cops go, I don't know the rules. And so when
I don't know if they have a legal defense or if it's just not a priority of the current administration to...
I think they want to see the market build. They want to see what kind of money's out there. There's got to be, it's goddamn New York State. You know how much money is already just spilling over? You know, like, I couldn't imagine in that international hub, you know, there's just so already. Now, I'm wondering, though, how good is their weed? Like, is it good enough to export? You know, at what point? I don't think so. You know, who's going to be the, what we talked about, the artisans, the Appalachians?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, the Appalachians or the terroirs, those particular areas of countries that have soil that gives flavor. I don't know, man, but I think that, you know, if you're just going to allow them to operate without any regulations, and then you're going to require other ones to have, you know, licenses, that's just not tenable.